All right, so I quit NaNoWriMo. So the decision to quit NaNoWriMo was something that felt just right. It was a gut decision. It was something that I didn't overthink because of all of the controversy that's happening in the NaNoWriMo community as of late. And I'm not gonna get into what's the truth, what's not, because I don't know what the truth is, but all I know is that I don't want to be connected to something that is potentially, allegedly causing harm to vulnerable populations when I don't have to. So I have a aggressive plan of finishing the draft 3 revisions on book 1, Say You Will, by tomorrow, November 21st. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like excited about it. I only have 2.5 chapters left. 2 chapters to write from scratch, 1 to revise. But I don't know how to feel about it. This whole like NaNoWriMo thing blowing up really kind of like threw me for a loop a little bit. And so even though I wasn't using the Nano site and all those things, it just feels like a lot is, my plans are not going how I planned them to go. So I'm a bit like, I'm a person who has to have notice if things are going to change, which is very interesting and difficult for, life. And so I try to stay agile, but, when stuff happens and it's totally out of left field, it takes me a minute to kind of like get my bearings and wrap my head around it. So I still have that kind of in my brain. But yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see if I can get tonight the chapter that needs to be revised done and one of the chapters written. If not both of them, we'll see how things flow. So, I finished my edits on book 1. I'm whispering because my family is like all asleep right next to me. But I finished edits on book 1 and I'm whispering because my whole family is like right next to me. But I got it done. It is 8:43 p.m. and my little symbolic way of knowing I've finished, I put the little popper emojis, and as you can see, all of the emoji are there. So I'm done with edits. I don't know if saying I wrote myself in a corner is actually that accurate, because I don't know. I hate everything I'm writing. It doesn't feel right. It's not right. It's not the right direction. The beat sheet's not working. I need to redo my beats, is what I need to do. I need to redo my beats. That's what I need to do. Is this how Vincent Van Gogh felt before he chopped his ear off? Like, like this is stressing me out. Like I barely slept last night because I was just thinking about the story and the plot and trying out different angles in my head. I tried reading some of my favorites, some of the authors that I know that I love, and I want to study their writing. It's just not right. What is the spirit of NaNoWriMo? It is coming into community, it is creating a daily writing ritual, and it is about setting a goal and sticking to it. I have written just under 50,000 words, about 47,000 words, 48,000 words across both of my books. So that is Say You Will 1 or Swear You Won't 2, and book 2. And so that process of like this month just didn't go the way that I thought it was gonna go. I didn't really have a good sense of what I expected it to look like because this is my first time trying NaNoWriMo. But it was very different than what I was anticipating. I was anticipating writing book 2 and just going forward, which thankfully and unfortunately was not what happened. I found that as I got deeper and deeper into book 2, the plot holes in book 1, which I knew there were gonna be plot holes, but the plot holes in book 1, I could not move forward in book 2 until I had those fully fleshed out and I had the characters on the page going through those points or through those scenes that needed to be added. And so even though the goal of NaNoWriMo as the organization is to finish a book, a 50,000 word novel in a month, I found that I got close to 50,000. I'll probably finish 50,000 before the end of this month across both books. I'm about 33,000 on book 2, and book 1 is over 80,000 words now. So if you remember from this video where I talked about finishing my first draft, I was just over 65,000 words on the book. So you can do that math. Yeah, like that was an interesting experience. That was an interesting and often frustrating experience. Caught up in my head a lot about writing this book. And there are a lot of reasons why I was so caught up in the process of writing this book. I looked at the dictionary definition of the word decide, and it means to kill off, right? So making a decision of what are we doing, how are we doing it, and pushing forward. So that has been a real life lesson as well. This will never not be funny. This is Norman Mayer. This is the building where I learned how to write. So this is Tulane. So weird being back on campus. Oh my God. I have so many memories, like right there. I used to lay out right there and read and study and do my work. And turn around. This is Norman Mayer. Had my first writing classes in this building here. Wow. It's just crazy. It's crazy being here. So, trip down memory lane. And this will never not be funny. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Anyway. So. Yeah, I used to park my bike right there. And then go into Normie. I used to live not too far off, and for Mardi Gras, we would all the dorms are way back there. And for Mardi Gras, we would all walk up to the front and get on the streetcar. So yeah, we would all get super duper drunk and just go there. Oh, so this is another building. So this is Tilton Memorial. So I worked in some of the archives here. It holds the Amistad Research Center. And it's an archive. So I did a semester of work study there, working with some really interesting historical documents. So anyway, it's enough. One of the things that I think about, you know, looking back over this footage of me touring my alma mater, I think that was the kickoff to my kind of mental spiral around publishing and writing these books. My family is from New Orleans. I was very lucky to be able to go to Tulane and to get the financial assistance that I did receive to go. And with that said, I was kind of the department darling in a lot of ways. Like, not saying that I was the most important person, I was not. But I was somebody that professors often went to single out for special events or special readings or classes. And I was often invited to register for some of the advanced writing classes that my professors held. And it feels weighty to be at this point where I'm considering publishing my first few novels. I'm finally doing this. I've taken life into my own hands, reinvented myself and said, okay, I'm going to publish these books. I'm going to do it. I am an author. I write books. That's what I do. I write fiction. I write romance. And to be able to say that that's my vocation, that's what I do, while also realizing that that is an incredible privilege that many people don't have. I recognize that. But it just feels like it's weighty, right? Like it's a lot of pressure. Then I had to sit back and I said, I'm putting the pressure on myself. I am manufacturing this issue. Nobody is telling me that I have to write the next great American novel. Nobody is saying that. And so I realized I can take the pressure off. That said, I can still honor the fact that I want to create good prose. I want to give my readers a gripping story. I want to, yes, have the conventions of romance and the patterns and the tropes of romance, but I want to have characters that like stick with you after you're done reading. I want for people to think about scenes in my books from time to time, like I think about scenes in books from my favorite authors. And so yeah, I'm like kind of living in that middle space. So that's all I got for you this week. Thank you so much for watching this long video. I appreciate you taking time to journey along with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.